Good morning, Night City! Yesterday's body count lottery rounded out to a solid and sturdy 30. 10 out of Haywood, thanks to unabated gang wars. One officer down, so I guess you're all screwed, cause the NCPD will not let that go. Got another blackout in Santo Domingo. Netrunners are at it again, poking holes in the power grid. While over in Westbrook, trauma teams scraping cyber psycho victims off the pavement. And in Pacifica, well, Pacifica is still Pacifica. This has been your man, Stan. Join me for another day in our city of dreams.
Well, it's finally here. People have been waiting a long time for this. Let's go. So this is going to be just a quick first start with the game and review of settings, and then let's see how it goes. Reaching. Hey, Chumba. So it does collect analytics. Choose to agree or disagree. So now what I want to look at is firstly the settings. I have no idea what my computer can manage for this. So it does look like we've got a really nice big set of controls and things in here. Something that I'm going to check over here is turning on disable copyright music, because if you're streaming and things like that, which I'm going to be doing, you're going to want to avoid getting copyright strikes and all that. So there's a sound, interesting if you get detected. Subtitles on, useful if you're streaming. You can change the subtitle text size. For accessibility, that's really important. You can change opacity, so really nice settings there. And there are various presets and things, and you can adjust individual settings over here. Controller settings. Mouse sensitivity, inverts. Controller first person, third person. And you can switch to the control scheme to see all these things in a single screen there. Got gameplay settings over here, so we've got aim assist for accessibility and all that stuff. Weapon sway, you can turn that off. Interesting, performance crowd density, so you can squeak out some extra performance by lowering crowd density. And interesting here, there's a specific setting here for slow hard drive. So instead of, if you've just got an ordinary spinning drive instead of an SSD, you can turn that on. I'm not sure what that will change, probably something with how it streams data or something. Interesting. You can change what it's like for when you're driving, the height of the camera. That's useful. Tutorials are on. You can skip dialogue by line or continuous skip while you hold down button. That's useful. And a little button over here for censoring nudity, because this game is R18. There is nudity. So if you're streaming, things like that, might be worthwhile checking that. Now what we're all looking for is the graphics setting. It seems it has given me the quick preset of Ray Tracing Ultra. Textures quality high, field of view, you can control that. There is film grain, some people don't like that. I actually quite like it sometimes. Motion blur, generally I turn that off. Lens flares. And we've got all the advanced settings over here, contact shadows, improve facial lighting geometry. That is interesting. I'd like to see what that does. Anisotropy, shadow quality, and shadow mesh. So you can control various mixed things for all the different shadows, which is quite nice. Even distant shadows, volumetric fog, volumetric clouds. So these are dynamic decals, so it's illuminated decals. Screen place reflections, subsurface scattering, that's for your human skin to make it feel more realistic. Ambient occlusion, so color precision. This is really nice because often when you've got backgrounds like this, if you've got a low color precision, you'll get banding, which is where you've got these sort of lines between the gradient. With high color precision, it tries to avoid that, which is really nice. Mirror quality, level of detail, and then everyone was being interested in this, ray tracing. So we've got ray tracing on, ray trace reflections, shadows, and lighting. We've got DLSS, which is the NVIDIA deep learning super sampling, so you can get more performance by scaling an image using AI, which is probably going to be necessary since I'm on a 4K monitor, so I'm not sure what the settings will be here. So what's dynamic fidelity FX CAS? Consistent frame rate. Okay, so this is internal rendering resolution. So this will resize the rendered thing and then scale it back up. So that's for AMD. So if you're on NVIDIA, you'll be using deep learning, supersampling. If you're using AMD, that'll be dynamic fidelity FX. Okay, so it seems to have put me on a ultra preset, and I've just turned off motion blur because I don't like that. Video, you can switch to different monitors and you can set maximum FPS if you want. As you can see, I'm on 4K, and if you've got an HDR monitor, you can turn that on. Language, switch between different languages for your audio, subtitles, and interface, which is really nice. And colorblind modes are here in interface. So there is damage numbers mode, so you've got accumulated, individual, off, both. Sticky damage, so this is above the target instead of at the point of damage. Hit indicator, if you want to see if you're doing damage, and threat indicator, so this will be things on the side of your screen. So that's damage red and threat blue. Interesting. And you can turn on or off crowds on the minimap as it affects CPU performance. So, and if you want to have a really cinematic experience, you can turn off all the different things on the HUD, it seems. So you can turn off minimap, health bar, stamina, boss, health bars, background chats, ammo, hints, action buttons, activity log, the crosshair even, and the job tracker. So if you really want a cinematic experience, you can really turn all of that off and just have a pure visual experience, which is pretty cool. I'm sure people will enjoy doing that. There is also a cool photo mode in the game. We can experiment with that at some point. Alright, so what the hell is brain dance? Interesting. Well, we'll have to see when we get into the game. I assume that's something to do like maybe a Fallout mode thing, that slowdown thing, maybe? I don't know, we'll see. So basically everything seems to be configurable. Vehicle controls, UI controls, all that sort of stuff. Well, I have no idea what the performance is going to be like, but let's give this a go. Select difficulty level. So there's... I love it when games do this where the image changes depending on it. We've got easy, for players who want to sit back and enjoy the story. Combat will not pose a challenge. Normal, enemies will have at their disposal to take V on, but primarily only enemies at a high level will prove a challenge. Hard, combat will be a substantial challenge. The effective use of perks, cyberware, combat gadgets, and consumables will be essential to survival. And then very hard, the image has got that cool thing from the original trailer with the slasher arms. I don't know what you would call them, but really cool. Buckle up for a serious challenge. Careful character development and clever use of items, game mechanics, and the environment will be necessary to help V make it on the streets of Night City. Very cool. So I'm going to be streaming this game, and I feel like that might be fun. I'm going to die a lot, but I'm looking forward to playing this game for a long time. Just for this video, I'm just going to go into normal and see how it goes. V's life path. So it seems we get a whole selection of different things here. So we can start as a nomad. So this is basically your RPG character development here. If you start as a nomad, you have been roaming on the Badlands, looting scrapyards, raiding fuel depots. Life on the road wasn't easy, but growing up in a nomad clan has its perks: honesty, integrity, and a love of freedom. Qualities that few in Night City possess, and no amount of money can buy. So it seems you're going to have connections and bondage and stuff like that. Street kid. They say if you want to stand the streets, you gotta live them. Gangs, fixers, dolls, small-time pushers. You were raised by them all. Down here, the law of the jungle dictates the weak serve the strong, the only law in Night City you have let to break. So, Street Kid is going to be the rough start. As a corpo, you leave the corporate world with their lives, few still with their souls intact. You've been there. You've bent the rules, exploited secrets and weaponized information. There's no such thing as a fair game. Only winners and losers. So, we're going to get a bunch of different experiences. I feel like Street Kid will possibly be the default start. I don't know. I just noticed that we've got this cool sort of HUD thing that basically is getting your pixel location on the screen. Cool. I love these sort of just interactive UI elements. Okay, so Street Kid, since we're doing a Cyberpunk style thing, let's just do that for this. And body type, so you can be masculine body or feminine body. Let's just go with a male and do some customization. Let's check this out. Can we rotate? Q&E. This is going to be fun. I think people are going to have a lot of fun experimenting with their looks. So we can do a...
I'm V.
I'm V.
I'm V.
I'm V.
masculine and feminine voice. You can do skin tone. Seems like quite a few different options for this, which is good. And then there's even skin type. So this is sort of blemishes on the skin, scars and things like that, maybe. Very cool. Hairstyles. Get some rust there. Very nice. Cool. Lots of options, it seems. And it moves, which is great. It seems like it would be not advantageous for combat if your eye is blocked. Lots of different hairstyles, and they all seem to be various mixes and all available for depending on whatever you have. So that's nice. So there were 39 different hairstyles. So I'm just going to pick a random one, and then we can do eyes. So this is actually not just the eyes, it's the eye shape. So you see it's affecting the eyebrows and the ridges and how deep inset the eyes are. And then you've got eye color. And if you click on this, you can actually get a full drop down, so you can get cool mix-ups with these sort of basically implant eye sort of things here. Dig it. I totally want some Cyberpunk stuff over here. Got some cat eyes as well. Little Eye of Sauron eyes there. It's almost like a sort of CCD array on these eyes. Let's just go for something interesting like that. So we've got eyebrows now. And eyebrow color. So you can even get some greens hair color over there. Nose settings. Mouth settings. Jaw settings. Ears. And beards. Call Drogo there. So there are 12 different beards. Oh no, they're beard styles. Okay, so that sort of seems like the length of your beard. So mustache, no mustache, full, etc., etc. Beard color. More options than the eyebrows. Cyberware. This is what everyone's interested in. Getting some implants. If you've watched the trailers, you'll see that there's some characters whose whole faces come off and stuff like that. So there are a few options for this. And then facial scars. Wow, got some scarification tattoos on there. That's pretty cool. Very cool. So there are 9 options for that. And then facial tattoos as well. So there are currently 11 options for that. And then piercings as well. So body mods are the thing on the street. So let's just pick a random one for now. And you can also do colors for that. Different metallic colors there. And your teeth as well. And then his mouth opens. Nice. Feel like having metal teeth would be interesting for combat, you know, biting people. And then you got eye makeup. There are 8 options for that. And color for that, and lip makeup as well. Cheek makeup, blemishes. Let's see what that looks like. I'm not actually seeing, but that might be affected by the makeup itself. Or depending on your facial coloring and stuff like that. Nails. Short, long. That's interesting. I've never seen a game with that option. That's really cool. And nail color as well. And there's some textured ones for this. There is a lot of customization. Really cool. You can even turn off nipples. Body tattoos. There are 5 options for this. Body scars. Only 2 options for this. And genitals on and off. If you want to have that, you can even customize penis length, pubic hair, and I'm assuming it would be for the feminine body. You would probably have breast and stuff like that. There are also presets for your character, so you can select something. And then there's a randomize button as well, which is really cool. So then we can go next, and then now we can start customizing attributes for our character. So depending on how you want to play, so body will be your raw physical power, so that's sort of strength and health. So each point adds, from level 3 only, will add 5 health points, 3 stamina points, increased damage with fists and gorilla arms. So I think gorilla arms are some sort of cybernetic enhancement. Decreased movement penalty when grabbing an enemy and wielding a heavy machine gun. Increased movement while grappling an enemy. Intelligence. Determines your net running proficiency. Every level of intelligence will increase cyberdeck RAM capacity by 4%, quick hack damage by 0.5, and quick hack duration by 1%. Interesting. Reflexes determine your maneuverability. In addition to increasing your overall movement speed, each level in reflexes will increase your passive evasion from enemy attacks, increase crit chance by 1%, and increase damage from mantis blades. Those are those cool things that I was talking about earlier. Mantis blades, very nice. Technical ability. Your technical know-how allows you to unlock doors and use tech weapons. Each increase in level will increase your armor by 5%. Interesting. And then you've got a cool factor. Your resilience, composure, and effectiveness in operating from stealth. Each level of cool will increase crit damage by 2, all resistances by 1%, increase stealth damage by 10%, reduce the speed at which enemies detect you in stealth by 0.5%, and increase monowire damage by 3. Very interesting. So you can really get some cool stuff. So let's just use up some points. I'm going to go for intelligence, technical ability, whatever. Next. So, now we're booting up. Alias, V, backstory, street kid. Can we customize our name? No, you cannot. We're always V. There's a fingerprint, biometric data. Confirm. Here we go. Fans of my computer are ramping up. Let's see how this looks. So I am at 23 FPS with this Ultra. So I'm going to want to increase my FPS. Set broken nose. You can cycle through dialogue choices with QE or the mouse wheel.
The pain and you'll be set. Do it, Jum.
Motherfucker!
Everything chill, mano?
Some bastard tried to mug me. I handled it.
I'm a little bit drunk.
Local guy.
You really think somebody local will try to mug me, Pepe?
Hell, that's pretty.
I got a problem. Serious this time.
Found yourself a hole, sounds like. You need help?
All right. I'll see you soon, and I'll be streaming this game on Twitch,
Confused.
twitch.tv/Photonwin. All right, enjoy.